And they're racing. Big Mac on the lead. He has daylight, now draws out by 4, but with the rush, Sammy comes on to close the gap. On the extreme outside, the late runner Vaughn enters the picture, and they're at the top of the stretch. And with one big move, it's Bonds in an unprecedented performance. The young Colts are looking game. Piazza now goes to the stick. And there's an equipment change as they head to the turf.
I'm much more appreciative of what's going on now.
They're in deep stretch now. VJ to the lead. Agassi takes aim on his rival. The Red Sox and Twins take aim at each other. They come to the wire and hot dogs in front. It's Sportscenter next. No show wagering.
Warm greetings. Welcome to Sportscenter alongside my new best friend Kenny Mayne. I'm merely Dan Patrick.
How about just trust us that the rest of the show is real good, but the stuff at the top should not be required to wait.
But please allow me 25 seconds or so to set the scene. 7 years ago, Roger Maris finally shed his asterisk. Former baseball commissioner Ford Frick attached that designation to Maris's record-breaking season of 1961. Frick viewed Maris's 61-homer season with contempt because Maris needed a 162-game schedule to top what Babe Ruth accomplished in 154. So with that data in mind, Mark McGwire returned to Three Rivers on Sunday, needing 10 homers in his final 33 games to surpass Maris, 9 homers in his next 26 games to surpass Babe Ruth. Big Red, top of the first, no score, 2 outs. Grounded to short. But it's the second baseman, Tony Womack, on the McGwire shift, makes the great play. Bottom of the first, 2-0 Pirates, Kevin Young against Kent Merker. And Kevin Young has just hit his 24th of this season, 3-0 Pittsburgh. Top 8, 4-2 Pirates, nobody aboard. McGwire comes calling, and it's McGwire's law. If it can go long, it will go long. 53rd on the year. And watch the reaction of the Pittsburgh crowd. On hand to see some history and getting a curtain call from Big Red. Cards down 4-3. Rich Loisel against Fernando Tatis. Tatis had 5 hits on the day. Tony Womack can't come up with this one, gets handcuffed. Still 4-3. 2 outs, tying run at first. Jason Christensen gets John Mayberry to strike out to end the game. McGwire's home run, not enough, as St. Louis drops this one by a final of 4-3. So McGwire is 53rd on the year, 163 homers in the last 2 seasons. So that's the most ever over a 3-year span. Following the game, McGwire explained why he took the road curtain call.
I went down the tunnel to take off my catcher's gear that I wear at the plate. And, I was taking it off, and I just could not believe that the fans were still roaring. And then when I came back in the dugout, I still wasn't going to go out. I just didn't feel right. And then the player said, go for it. So I went out and did a wave. I really wish that every ball player can feel like what I'm feeling like right now. It's unbelievable, the reception by everybody across America.
With apologies to Sean Penn and Susan Sarandon, Red Man walking. 2 more walks for McGwire on Sunday is 137 walks, 12 short of surpassing Babe Ruth's total for the most walks in a 50-homer season. Last year, McGwire walked only 101 times on his way to hitting 58. Home run derby continues to Wrigley. The Cubs, the Astros, and the wind blowing out as if Sammy needed any help. Bottom 5, Cubs down 4-1. Sosa facing Jose Lima. It's gone. 50th on the year for Sammy Sosa. Cubs down 4-2. And Sammy, curtain call. Look at it again. Sammy knows it's gone. When he gives you the little hop, he knows it's left the yard. Crowd pays homage. We are not worthy. Top 6, Astros with 2 men aboard, and listen. No pitch. Jim Riggleman baffled. It was the Blue Angels flying overhead. Buy a ticket. Next pitch, Brad Ausmus. Base knock. Carl Everett comes around to score. Ausmus 4 for 4, 5 RBIs on the day, 5-2 Astros. That would be the last pitch that Traxel would throw. 2 batters later, 2 men aboard. Gritty, gutty, Greg Biggio against Rodney Myers, just called up to the minors, and it's 8-2 Astros. The first of 2 3-run homers for Biggio. Bottom 8, Cubs down 13-2, but who cares about the score because Sammy is up again. Gone. 51st on the year. Sosa's 9th multi-home run game of the year, and his family on hand. Peace out. Sammy, the only way to cool him off right now, he does it himself. 13-3, the final in this one. Despite Sosa's heroics, the Astros were able to extend their lead over the Cubs to 9.5 games. Sosa now has 9 multi-home run games this season. This is just the second time in National League history 2 players have hit at least 50 homers in the same season. Ralph Kiner and Johnny Mize were the first to do it in 1947. Following the game, Sammy loves this game.
It's the first time that, I just had 2 home runs, but, every time the wind being blown out, I don't have a chance to even hit a fly ball. Yeah. And today was the day, but I'm not was looking for that. I just was looking for a couple of hits and, trying to go out there and make contact because I know if I make good contact like it happened today, it's the ball going to go. Yeah, I know Jose Lima, but doesn't mean because I know Jose Lima, they're going to give me everything to hit. No way. Come on.
We keep with the home run theme. Barry Bonds against Kurt Ojala. 400 career home runs. First player in history for 400 homers, 400 stolen bases, 4-0 Giants. Look at the swing. Looks like the other 399. 3 batters later, it's Charlie Hayes, 127 career homers. Third homer of the game given up by Ojala. Charlie Hayes, one of 5 players to hit 2 home runs in a game against Greg Maddux. Bottom 4, Marlins down 6-0. John Cangelosi to left. Barry Bonds has 7 gold gloves. One was on display in Florida. Gets out his former teammate, Luis Castillo. Jeff Kent, not given enough credit for his defense. Giants win it by the final of 10-5. Bonds now has 400 homers, 438 steals in his 13 seasons. There are 3 players in the 300 homer, 300 steals club, a group that includes Barry's father, Bobby. Not only is Bonds the first player with 400 homers and steals, but he also has 100 more steals than Mays, who has the second most swipes among the 400 home run club. Next is Dave Winfield, 223 stolen bases. Frank Robinson, 204. Joe Carter has 230 stolen bases, but just 389 homers.
Okay, so you've just heard that McGwire and Sosa have moved even closer in their threat to break the Maris record. You just saw Bonds do what had never been done before, and now this. The Indians and Orioles finished up a 3-game series. Woo! Sidney Ponson facing Omar Vizquel. Little O. Bloops it to shallow center field, looking more shallow because Rich Becker was back. It drops in front. It's single. Vizquel would later score. More trouble for Becker here. Sandy Alomar at the plate. Whacks that deep. B.J. Surhoff's after it. So is Becker. Military precision. Surhoff somehow hangs onto it. You can clearly see he's yelling, "Get out of the way, you dork master, I have it!" He hangs on to it even though they collide. 5th inning, Orioles down 3-0, but threatening here. 2 on for Mike Bordick, the Mainer. Deep to center. Kenny Lawton, no communication trouble. He's on his own after it. Great catch. Deep center field. Indians up 3-0. Now the Indians up 4-1. Rich Sexton at the plate. Takes Armando Benitez to left center, but Becker coming on, making the great catch there. Score still 4-1. 8th inning, more D. Harold Baines up for the O's. Baines to Sexton. Makes the diving play, then Ossenmacher for the cover. Sexton in the field strong, and he also goes 3 for 4. And then there's Dwight Gooden, not pictured. He wins his 3rd straight decision, and the Indians, who would be leading Baltimore by just 2.5 games if Baltimore were in the AL Central, they won the season series 6-5. The Orioles have dropped 3 out of 4, but still have the best record in baseball since the All-Star break. But the wild card deficit would reach 8 games if Boston were to win at Minnesota. Here we go there. 6th inning, 5-0 Sox. Pedro Martinez on the hill. He's set to throw, but Matt Lawton, he asked for time. And now 2 men. Kind of a vicious and ugly stare down, checking each other out.
Staring match between
Martinez shrugs, says, "What do you want?" Next pitch. Martinez sets. He shakes off the fastball, shakes off the curve, the change up, and he says, "Yes, I'd like to deliver the hit-by-pitch pitch." He's into Lawton. Lawton's toward the mound. Scott Hatteberg restrains him. And the men come out to protect their manhood. A wall of Red Sox stand in front of Pedro Martinez. Going to defend their big guy. Paul Molitor expresses his view on the matter. Now Pedro is ready to continue
whether it's due to suspension.
Lawton over at first at this point. Todd Walker's grounding it to second. Mike Benjamin, the little flip. Nomar, no. Lawton may have planned to do a cartwheel toward the base. We're not sure. Now, Nomar could have pretty much embedded the ball in his temple, but he saw better of it and held on to the thing, and they dropped it. Anyway, the double play counts. 5-1's your final, the Sox. Martinez threw 6 shutout innings for his 17th win of the year. That matches the 17 he had last year when he was the Cy Young winner. Darren Bragg matched his career high with 4 hits. Mo Vaughn, John Valentin, and Mike Stanley each had 3 hits for Boston, whose wildcard lead moves to 8 now over the Orioles. Molitor's 2 hits tied him with the great Willie Mays for 9th on the all-time hits list.
John Avery called it his coming out party, and his guest list included the San Francisco 49ers. Avery, a rookie out of Mississippi, has been unable to display the talents that made the Dolphins select him in the first round. He missed Miami's first 2 preseason games due to a hamstring injury, but that doesn't mean Avery hasn't been carrying the ball in the meantime. After watching Avery fumble the first time he handled the ball back in May in minicamp, offensive coordinator Kippy Brown ordered Avery to have the football in his hands at all times, even when he went to bed. First quarter, no score, Dolphins driving, and Miami may want to do that with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 2 fumbles on the day. Bryant Young swatted this one away. 49ers recover, and Jim's not happy. 49ers, 2 plays later, Steve Young, Terrell Owens, 7-0 Niners, 72 yards. 49ers leading 14-7 third quarter, and Young and Owens hook up again. Owens, 3 touchdown receptions on the day. 49ers would miss the extra point. Young was hit on the hand on the play. He would ice that hand, nothing serious. Fourth quarter, 49ers leading 20-14. No longer. 3rd and 1, John Avery is gone. 71-yard touchdown. Second of the game, 99 yards on the day. And John, Stan. That was a test of the speed. Dan, Patrick. Good game. 21-20 the final. The win improves Miami's preseason record to 3-0. Avery, 13 carries, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. Young ended 13 of 21, 232 yards. Marino, 12 of 23, $158.
Please reconsider your decision to withhold your annual holiday treat of the stale brownies your family didn't eat. Your sports section was not in error. Your paper boy is not to blame. Those were correct golf scores this weekend. The higher, the better. At the Sprint International, they were using the modified Stableford scoring system, which, of course, is just slightly different than the old standard Stableford. And for sameness, last week's PGA Championship winner, Vijay Singh, was in position for 2 straight PGA Tour wins. Here we go. Beautiful day. Looks like the Bonanza set. We missed little Joe. PGA champ Vijay Singh, par 5, 8th hole. Pick it up. He'd make the birdie. Gets points there. He's up to plus 41. Tiger Woods, par 4, 15. Second shot from 123 yards out. Good spin. 6 feet off the pin. He'd birdie that. Gets 2 more. Finished with 38 points. There's Phil Mickelson on the par 5, 17th. Into the clown's mouth. Goes from 34 to 39 with the eagle. Mickelson using the putter on 18. He's wiser than using a wedge on the green. 2 points for the bird. He moves to 41. 1 back of Singh. Now Singh from the fringe. The 17th.
What a touch.
Get in the hole! 5-point play, and Singh's a winner again. A near record 47 points. Back-to-back wins. He's earned now just under $1 million in 7 days. At almost $1.7 million, he's also taken over the money lead on the tour from David Duval. Singh is the first player since Ernie Els last year to win a tournament just after winning a major.
Still to come on this program, it took him 15 years to win his first Super Bowl, but he has only 1 more season left to win his second one. We'll go camping with John Elway and the Broncos. Also on our Sunday menu, would Andre Agassi let Alex Correia stand in his way of being the victor at RCA? Angels are locked in baseball's tightest divisional race. Chuck Finley and friends try to shut down the Blue Jays. And it's a history-making night for Greg Maddux, but it's not a good thing. That's next.
I'm looking for Pine Street.
Go down to the fork in the road. Right, but make sure you take the left fork. Right. Then you see a big brown dog. Keep straight. 2 blocks down the street, you see a man named Slappy selling maps. Don't buy one. So you already got one. Right. Hang a right at Slappy. That's a left, right? A right. Left. Right. Okay. Right. Keep straight. Watch out for the goat. Then you see a big McDonald's and... Right.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Aren't you glad we brought you here?
I'm glad.
It has the power to excite you. It has the power to move you. It has the power to take you places you never knew existed. It is, of course, your Visa card, with the power to get you a seat to Michael Tilson Thomas and the San Francisco Symphony at Davies Symphony Hall. So bring your Visa card, because you can't get in using American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Connect with Pro Performance Creatine. Research showed that creatine increased muscle performance by over 8%. And now during General Nutrition Center's Sports Nutrition Sale, you can pick up a kilo of Pro Performance Creatine made exclusively by GNC for only $49.99. That's only 25 cents a serving. Connect. Live strong. Live well.
I've got 13 gauge circular confetti, and your standard circles and square mix. But if you want to make this thing really big, for a couple more cents a pound, you can step up to the Fiesta sprinkles. Now this is exciting.
It's the Isuzu Great Big Really Exciting Sales Event.
Watch this.
Where right now, for a limited time, you can get a $1,000 rebate when you buy any 1998 Isuzu Amigo.
I go lower than 18 cents a pound, I don't eat.
Most pitchers would trade their right arm. Actually, the right-handers would have to think about that. But anyway, most pitchers would trade something of value to have stats anywhere close to those of Greg Maddux. 16-6, just off his 200th career win, and the Major League ERA leader. And yet, having gone 4-4 in his last 8, he was in a relative slump. The Dodgers, no doubt, were full of confidence. Or not. As seen on ESPN, the genius of Greg Maddux. That'll be tested here. Maddux got some help early, though. Andres Galarraga. Home run. Number 40 is the first to hit 40 homers in consecutive seasons with different teams. Braves are up 2-0. Dodgers staying close. 4-0. Maddux against Gary Sheffield. Everyone throw your hands in the air and wave them around as though there are no repercussions. 21st of the year. Braves are up 4-1. Next batter, Eric Karros. 2 for 27 lifetime against Maddux. 3 for 28, and big is 16th of the year. First time ever that Maddux has given up back-to-back home runs in a game. Third inning, 5-3 Atlanta. Maddux against Karros again. 2 on. And even with derogatory credit, you can own a brand new car. 17th homer, second of the night. First time Maddux has ever given up 3 homers in one game. LA's up 6-5. Fourth inning, tied at 6. Chipper Jones to third. Bonilla can't come up with it. Maddux will score. Should have been a double play ball. Braves up 1. Now it's 9-7. Karros at third. Mark Grudzielanek, he goes to second. Tony Graffanino coming home. Karros, he's meat. A good block by Eddie Perez. So that genius stuff doesn't work out quite as well. But Maddux, he's still sound. It's just one game. The Braves win it 12-7. In fact, Maddux gets the win, even though he got shelled a bit here. Allowed 10 hits, 7 runs. Raises the ERA, but it's still at 1.91. Karros goes 3 for 5, 2 dongs, 5 ribs. He's just the 5th player to hit 2 homers in the game off of Maddux. Now the Diamondbacks and the Mets and the 5th. The Mets are down 3-2, but Al Leiter's throwing well. Devon White, another pitch. No, I'm all set. And then Matt Williams. Only Barnes & Noble allows you to stand into nothing longer. 6th inning, Leiter, mowing him away. Jay Bell, just watching. Then Tony Batista, also known as Tony Batista. He's chopping broccoli. Leiter to Yamil Benitez. 5 Ks in a row. 6th inning, Jermaine Allensworth, the bases loaded. Mets down 3-2. Little bloop. Yamil Benitez coming. And the fancy play. Mets 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position through 6. Leiter still mowing people down. Damian Miller, follow the hostess. And then Leiter to Brian Anderson. He's leaving. That's more beer for us. 7 Ks in a row, 10 altogether. 9th inning, 2 out. Runners at second and third for Tony Phillips. Good stop. Damian Miller making the play. Buck Showalter knows it may have saved the game for the Diamondbacks. 3-2 pitch. 4-3 ground out. 4-3 final. And Phillips 0 for 4 on the day. Now, since Chicago lost on Sunday, the Mets retained their 1-game wildcard lead. The loss by Al Leiter was only his 2nd in 11 decisions. That goes back to May 17th. Arizona, by the way, stole a team record 4 bases, 2 of them by Andy Fox.
Anaheim's 2.5-game lead in the West may sound like breathing room to you, but the Angels aren't about to exhale. Keep in mind, Anaheim is still haunted by the memories of its pennant stretch collapse of 1995. The last time the Angels put this much distance between themselves and the Rangers was July 4th. So while Texas had to deal with the Yankees Sunday night, the Angels rolled out the welcome mat for the Blue Jays Sunday afternoon.
In pretty good shape here.
Pi equals 3.14159. Chuck Finley and Woody Williams on the mound. Williams against Troy Glaus. Voyer. Williams gave up just 1 run, 2 hits in 6 innings. Bottom 7, Carlos Almanzar. 2 on against Randy Velarde. Jose Cruz Jr. Not sure which way to turn, just kept running back, can't come up with it. Velarde gets a triple, 2 runs come in, Angels take a 3-2 lead. Top of the 8th, 2-minute board, Chuck Finley facing Sean Green. Green can't believe it, gets punched out. Finley would leave after that strikeout, gave up 2 runs on 6 hits. Troy Percival against Jose Canseco. Freezes him. Angels win at 3-2. Finley gets his 10th. Percival, save number 35. The Angels now 36-22 in games decided by 2 runs or less. Finley improves to 10-6, winning just his 2nd home start in 13 tries. Williams is now winless in his last 6 starts, dating back to July 19th. To Arlington, the Rangers, the Yankees. El Duque, not as sharp as his 13 strikeout performance the last time he met the Rangers. Rusty Greer, bottom of the first, 2 on. Tom Goodwin scores. Rangers stake to a 1-0 lead. Hernandez gives up 5 more runs in the first. Derek Jeter tries to calm him down. Jorge Posada off Rick Helling from the left side. He would hit one from the right side in the 8th. Yankees down 6-1 at this juncture. Top 3, Yankees still down. Paul O'Neill against Rick Helling, 2 on to right field. Scott Brocious and Derek Jeter score. Luis Alicea throw home is an overthrow, touched by a fan, 2 extra bases for O'Neill, so he scores. Yanks down 6-4. Bottom of the 6th, Rangers up 8-6, 2-minute board for Rusty Greer, who has just left the building. Off 22-year-old Ryan Bradley, who a month ago was in single-A ball. Rangers up 11-6. They go on to win it by the final of 12-10. Helling picks up his victory. Yankees lose despite slugging 4 homers. Greer, his 12th, had 4 RBIs. Paul O'Neill also with 4 RBIs. White Sox, Mariners, Paul Spoljaric looking to hand the White Sox their 5th straight loss. The White Sox looking to hand something back. Ray Durham, the grounder. Russ Davis, his 32nd error. He would later make another one. After Ray Durham reached 3rd on a stolen base, Mike Caruso, the comebacker, and nearly took Paul Spoljaric's head off. And you look at it again, it's amazing that he got out of the way of this one. Ray Durham scores on the base hit. Bottom 4, 2-0 Sox. John Snyder against Ken Griffey Jr. Fly away, 43rd on the year, 1st since August 15th. The Sox lead has disappeared. Tied at 2, bottom 5. Shane Monahan went down and got it. And you can judge by his home run trot. He didn't think he got all of it. 3-2 Mariners, 2nd home run this year. Sox down 3-2. Top 9. Man aboard, 2 outs. Jose Paniagua gets Jeff Abbott to fly out to end the game. Paniagua, his 1st Major League save. And the Mariners win this one by the final of 3-2. Junior's homer, just the 2nd this month, but his 43 still leads the American League. Shane Monahan, the Seattle rookie, now has 2 homers this year. He said he'd be satisfied to have as many homers in his career as McGwire has this season. Both of his homers this year have been game winners. We have never had a season in Major League history where 3 players have hit at least 50 homers. Your update after Sunday's outings by these 3. McGwire now 4 homers from breaking Hack Wilson's National League record of 56, which is a monumental feat. Everybody talks about Roger Maris. First things first. Sosa joining McGwire in the 50-homer club. 2nd time 2 National League players have 50 homers in the same season. Griffey still in the hunt with 43.
And Greg Vaughn would have made that list, but the panel only holds 3 people. In the 2nd set of the RCA Championship, Alex Correia was drilled by an Andre Agassi shot and knocked down hard. He said later he was so shaken up he didn't know if he was in Indianapolis, which he was, or Barcelona, where he's from. Those locations aside, Correia had a chance to end up in a new place if he could win the top 10 of the ATP rankings. Pictures here. Watch what happens. Agassi into Correia. It'll happen. This is just the setup. Drills him.
knocks him down hard. He's on the floor. Agassi jumps over the net to pummel him and steal his racket. Actually, he just wanted to see if he could jump the net. But he's okay. Good sportsmanship. Croatia would go on to win the second set, 6-2. Now in the third set, Croatia, far court, staying away from Agassi. And setting him up for this backhand winner. 2-6, 6-2, 6-3. Third singles title of the year, and he wins the record album. That's the first title on American soil for Croatia, and it stopped a 4-match losing streak to Agassi. Agassi still has the most wins of any player this year. He's now 50-12. He'd won 19 of his last 21 matches before Sunday's loss. Please stay for more tackle football news when we get back. The Bengals had a quarterback choice to make. Did Neil O'Donnell knock out the incumbent? And we'll visit Broncos camp. The Champs set up their title defense. Terrell Davis is set up pretty well, period. New contract and all.
All your life, you've heard it.
Stop that horsing around!
Even at the pool. But now you're the grown-up. You've got the power, and you've got some making up to do. At Thistledown, horseplay is what we're all about. Just one taste of our live thoroughbred and simulcast action, and you'll be more revved up than the time you ate your whole bag of Halloween candy. So get to Thistledown and horseplay all you want. We promise not to ground you.
The strike is over, and the selection at Bob Morris Pontiac GMC is growing. To help regain lost sales, GM has announced 0.9% interest. Not 9%, but 0.9% interest. Yes, less than 1%. 0.9% interest applies to almost every Pontiac and GMC truck. This offer is for a limited time, so hurry before all the Pontiacs and GMC trucks are gone. 0.9% interest, that's less than 1% interest at Bob Morris Pontiac in North Ridgeville.
And don't forget to ask for my cookies.
3 things I know about the helmet can. Number 1, it was gimmicky. Number 2, it never worked. And number 3, you're an idiot. Now who's playing cards?
ESPN Sunday Night Football. 17 weeks, 18 games. Under the light.
You know, I don't appreciate being called an idiot. Just because you fear technology, that's not my fault. I've been called a lot of things at this table, but an idiot will not be one of them.
ESPN Sunday Night Football. The season begins September 6th.
I'd be afraid to wear that helmet, Cam. The radio waves might mess up my mind.
Back with NFL news. After hitting on 15 of 18 passes Saturday, the Bengals have settled on Neil O'Donnell as their starting quarterback. Jeff Blake, who was the star of the team just 2 years ago, could end up no longer on the team. That's still to be sorted out. The Chiefs beat Jacksonville Saturday, lost 6 of their starters due to injuries. The most serious, receiver Andre Rison. The Chiefs say it's a pulled left hamstring. He's questionable for the final preseason game against the Rams on Friday.
5 quarterbacks in NFL history have been able to use the following expression: repeat after me. Troy Aikman, Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, Bob Greasy, and Bart Starr were each able to produce back-to-back Super Bowl titles, with Bradshaw repeating the feat twice. So with this statistical backdrop in place, you now know what John Elway is looking to accomplish in the final season of his Hall of Fame career. Tom Jackson now in the lurking potholes in Elway's road trip towards immortality.
We understand that we're something special. We have something that everybody else wants. We have that title. So teams are going to get up for us. We're going to have to be on our best behavior every single week.
You're getting every team's best effort. You're getting it week in and week out because everyone's going to measure their success by whether they beat you or not.
46 guys have to be ready, home or away every game, because if not, you'll get embarrassed.
In the history of the league, only 6 teams have been able to repeat as Super Bowl champions. It may be a coach's toughest task, keeping a team hungry after it has already tasted success. For Mike Shanahan, it is a job that began early in training camp.
You want to make sure you don't lose that edge, not only from a player standpoint, but from a coach's standpoint.
The coaches were very concerned about us getting complacent. And at times, it was a much tougher camp. And Mike was tough on us about the details.
Are you doing the little things right? Are you working just as hard as you did the year before? Are you as demanding as a coach? Are you demanding as a player?
If he saw us lacking, he called us up and said, look, guys, we're the NFL world champs. But that was last year. If we want to get back to where we were last year, we got to do it right. And there's only one way to do it, and that's the right way.
You don't win Super Bowls by talking about what you're going to do in the playoffs. You do it each day you come out in the football field. And if there's guys that aren't finishing, or there's a lapse in concentration, or someone's not paying attention, you got to bring them up and say, hey, we're out here to get better.
You can't lose your edge. I won back-to-back Super Bowls my first 2 years. And if you come into it with the right attitude, you can be a much stronger team.
They are not the same team that celebrated in San Diego. Right guard Brian Habib and middle linebacker Alan Aldridge were lost to free agency. And left tackle Gary Zimmerman couldn't be talked out of retirement a second time. But it is the man that is returning that is the motivation this year, just as he was last year.
When you think of Denver, the first name, because you don't think about skiing, you don't think about Aspen, you think about John Elway. And that's how big he is in the state of Colorado. But so imagine how he is for the Broncos.
I think last year everyone know how bad they wanted John to get one. In his 15th year, and going out, what's a great way to go out? Being on top.
I want to do everything I possibly can to make it a great season for him. I did everything I possibly could in the off season to come in better shape, be stronger than what I was before, because I realized this is probably my last opportunity that I'm going to play with a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Does it add pressure because it's his final season?
Add pressure? The pressure's there regardless. Our goal is to win another world championship, and anything less is unacceptable to this team, to this organization.
The NFL Training Camp Report is brought to you by Budweiser. Now is the perfect time to enjoy a fresh, cold, Beechwood-aged Budweiser.
Please stay. We'll do tennis upon return, see if Monica Seles could do what she hadn't all year, and that would be win. Greg Vaughn made Padres history Saturday. Sunday, he hoped to add to it and maybe beat the Brewers.
The hard work that goes into getting a beautiful natural wood look just got a whole lot easier. New Olympic Interior Wood Stain minimizes problems like blotching, streaking, and lap marks with our unique absorption control formula. Seal with Olympic Polyurethane's new Smooth Flow formula, and it's also beautifully protected. Olympic for interior wood. Now it's easier than ever to bring the beauty of wood indoors.
It's late in the fourth quarter. And the announcer can't see it. And the fans can't see it. But I can. I can see it in their eyes. They're getting tired.
The brawn. The brains.
I was off the chart on verbal skills.
The babe.
We need to get cleaned out.
If they can just stand each other.
She looks good when she's mean.
No one else stands a chance.
Oh, I like this.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. Rob Schneider. Layla Rashawn. Knockoff. Rated R. Opens everywhere September 4th.
Friends, 10-3-2-1 has changed to 10-10-3-2-1, but nothing's really changed. You still save over AT&T on every call in the U.S. and still save 50% on every call over 20 minutes. There's no need to sign up. Just dial 10-10-3-2-1, then 1, then the number as usual. For me, it's the 50%, isn't it?
To Montreal, where Monica Seles met Rancho Sanchez-Vicario in the finals of the Du Maurier. Sanchez-Vicario there, receiving serve, and Seles coming up with a sizzling backhand cross-court winner. Took the first set 6-3. Second set, Seles up 5-2, and the near court. Seemed to get all the bounces, but then at this tournament, it may be more than just bounces. 6-3, 6-2. Monica Seles, your winner, needing just 76 minutes to claim her first title of the year. She's now 24-1 in 5 appearances at the Du Maurier. Carol Kuchera and Goran Ivanisevic, your finalists at New Haven's Pilot Pen. And the win will move Kuchera up to 10th in the world. He broke Ivanisevic's serve 4 times in the match. Ivanisevic is now 0-5 in finals played on U.S. soil.
For being such a timeless game, the baseball played Sunday in Milwaukee took 4 hours, 21 minutes. Third inning, tied at 1. Steve Finley's on first. Greg Vaughn's your batter.
He hammers one.
He did hammer it. 455 feet, 2-run dong, 42nd of the year. He, too, in the home run race, at least for 50. 3-1. There was an amnesty program for the return of home run balls. Now in the 6th, tied at 8. They scored a lot of runs here. Ken Caminiti. Yahtzee!
Long drive to deep center
off of Bronzewell Patrick to center field. No relation. Padres up 9-8. 8th inning, 9-8 Padres. The pinch hitter, Bob Hamlin. He's going deep, too. Who didn't? Hamlin's 7th. Not in this game. That would be a record. Tied at 9. Later in that half inning, bases loaded. Wall walks Dave Nielsen, forces in Grissom. Brewers up 10-9. Padres would tie it on a double play ground out. Now they're in the 10th, tied at 10. Jim Leyritz. It is back. It is, well, it's just a double. Finley and Vaughn come to score. Leyritz in with the double. Padres go up 12-10.
And the throw is too late.
This game lasted so long, apparently this man expired. 4-hour, 21-minute marathon. 12 pitchers involved in this one. The teams combined for 33 hits against them. Andy Ashby missed out on win number 17 in a big way. Gave up 8 runs in 3 2/3. That's the shortest outing of the year. In the loss, Dave Nielsen equaled a career high 5 ribs. And Vaughn set new personal high with 42 home runs. Also leads the National League in extra base hits. He has 73. My score panel almost as long as the game. The Rockies and the Phils.
It's in fuego.
It was hot there, wasn't it? And it got hot and sticky in the 2nd. Mike Grace, the bunt. Todd Helton catches the bunt. Tried to get Desi Relaford out, and he still did because apparently he was just running around out there doing something. 6th inning, Rockies up 2-1. There are 2 on. Feed game. Mike Lansing. And he has reached the 18 to 39-year-old target audience. 7th of the year. Actually didn't reach the people, but it did clear the wall. Rockies go up 5-1 and win it 5-2. And we're going to talk about John Thompson, not the Georgetown coach, but the pitcher. 8th win is a career high. He's even up now 8-8. Gave up 2 runs over 7 innings. Had a rough first inning, but then he put away 12 of the next 14 he faced. Jerry DePota came on for his 16th save. That matches a career high. Now the Reds and the Expos. The Reds shut him out 10-zip. 3 for 4, 3-run dong, 5 ribs for the Reds rookie, Sean Casey. He and the Reds shut out Montreal for the 2nd straight game. Jason Beret was in his first National League start since being dumped in July by the White Sox. He allowed 2 hits in his 7 innings.
When Sportscenter continues the war on I-4. Go to Orlando. Finally outlast Tampa Bay in an Arena Bowl. And the Plays of the Week staff salutes the little guys who make big plays. That's next. This is Sportscenter.
Action of GoldenEye, Kobe Bryant in NBA courtside, the WCW versus NWO, or Diddy Kong Racing for new additions to the Player's Choice Library for just $39.95. Don't miss it.
This is Imagine TV.
What's this? Ivan the Destroyer.
No, I said go get the Villager, not Pillager.
There's no one to fight here.
Maybe he just wanted to drive his Mercury Villager. I can't believe you said he could come with us. You tell him no. Till next time, imagine yourself in a Mercury.
It's the day of the playoffs. Wow, wow, wow. Big day of the playoffs. Make your way. It's the day of the playoffs. Earn your way.
A magazine's success starts with the writers.
What's on Junior's mind? Ask him about anything but home runs. And what's in the college football preview? Who will be this year's top performers? And I want the scoop on the Longhorns' Ricky Williams. Print it, baby.
To Orlando. The Predators, Tampa Bay Storm, 1998 Arena Bowl title. Orlando down 14-10, setting up for the short field goal, and that's Donnell Maynard taking it in. Predators go up 17-10. Third quarter, former Giant Bjorn Nitmo, 62-yard field goal. It's short. Barry Wagner catches the live ball, and he's off. Breaking tackles along the way. They're not gonna get him. Predators go up 47-17, win it 62-31, 62 points in Arena Bowl record. Jay Gruden, the brother of Oakland Raiders coach John Gruden, wins the Arena Bowl. Storm had won its last 10 home playoff games prior to Sunday. I said this was in Orlando. It was in Tampa. Orlando had played in 3 of the previous 11 title games, losing all 3. The Predators had dropped their 2 regular season meetings with Tampa before winning the title game.
When they get bigger, we will assure the NCAA that the following was an unpaid performance. We've lined up New Jersey Little Leaguers for description of big plays of the week. Little League being the hook, there will be no Tiny Archibald nor Drew Bledsoe's high school coach, Shorty Bennett.
You also won't be seeing Pee Wee Reese or Purvis Short. And remember, only 1 in every 700 of you will make it to the plays of the week.
And Sammy, they say, time for the header goal!
Oh, is he hit? The starters are still in there. Gray up and over.
Oh, what a play by Erstad!
That ball hit. Look at the play by Robin. Can he do it? The one hopper. Yes!
One more pitch here on the ground up the middle of this catch. Gets there. Flips it to Lamella.
Line drive.
Oh, great play by Castillo to Renteria over to first.
Back through the box. That one hits Estacio. Vinny's got it. Throw to first. They got him. Here's Ordonez. Got him. How about the outfit? Lofted in front of the wall. He pumped the baseball. In left field, here comes D'Angelo to foul to Tucker back at the wall. What a catch.
I'd have to say that I do have a shot.
High fly ball hit deep to left field. Way back, it might do it. Let's watch.
Gone! And he's the first player in the history of Major League Baseball to have 3 consecutive seasons of at least 50 home runs.
Plays of the Week is brought to you by Isuzu, specialized worldwide builders of adventure machines. Isuzu, go farther.
More baseball when we return. The A's tried for the sweep of Detroit. Swept them right off the bases here. And we'll hear from one of the AL Cy Young favorites. David Cohn speaks of his and his team's success in the Sunday Conversation.
This is the Midas Gold Muffler. It comes with a Midas lifetime warranty, and it's now just $49.95, $69.95 for select imports. Let's review. Midas Gold Muffler, lifetime warranty, $49.95. Hurry, the price of gold has never been lower.
So walk over there and I'll take a picture.
Introducing the incredible power of new Duracell Ultra.
That's lovely, Doreen. That's lovely. Wait a minute. By the statue.
Now cameras get faster flashes, up to 100 more pictures.
That's it. Lovely. Let yourself go.
New Duracell Ultra with a concentrated power force to give more life to your high-tech devices.
Oh, yes. Work it. Work it.
New Duracell Ultra. More power, more life.
Adrenaline rushing. Hearts pounding. Heavy breathing. It's almost as much fun as your first date. Royal Caribbean, like no vacation on earth.
How many tires does it take to celebrate this man's 100th anniversary? Find out at Sears Best of Michelin sale. Whatever you drive, get great prices on the Michelin tire that's right for you at Sears, your smart stop for tires and batteries.
Golf Digest presents 50 ways to lower your score.
To get greater distance, turn your right foot out.
For a better backswing, don't slide. Turn your hips instead.
Now, lower your score, drive longer, hit straighter, and play your best golf ever with the 50 new stroke-saving tips in every Golf Digest. Call now for your risk-free trial issue. If you like it, get 11 more issues, 12 in all, for just $19.97. Plus, get this stroke-saving video free.
Call 800-257-0500.
Back with Major League Baseball, the Tigers, the A's. They're in Detroit. Tony Clark's up, facing Jimmy Haynes.
That will be...
Clark's walked, but they're stealing, and then they bobble it. Bobby Higginson headed to second anyway. Miguel Tejada with the bobble, and Damian Easley scores. Jason Giambi up. It's back. It is back. It is not coming back. 2 homers in the game, 20 for the year, 3-1 A's. 6th inning, 4-3 Tigers, Debbie Cruz. This time Tejada hangs on. And now they got Paul Bacco in the rundown. Mike Blowers got the tag and then rips it over to second. Cruz is gone. Joe Randa scored, though, in the meantime. Tigers go on to win it 5-4. Tigers avoid being swept by Oakland. Todd Jones worked a perfect 9th for his 22nd save. When you're 50 and 79, he said, you have to play for small victories. Now the Kansas City game here, the bottom of the lineup coming through for the Royals in their 11-5 win. Sal Fasano, a career-high 4 hits. He, Jermaine Dye, and Luis Rivera combined for 6 RBI and 8 of Kansas City's 13 hits.
To Long Island for the final round of the Northville Classic. 170-yard par 3 18th. That's Chuck Thorpe, a former caddy.
Get in there.
Speaking of caddy, Cadillac, hole-in-one. Par 4 16th, Gary Player, not as dramatic, 157 yards away, knocked it stiff. He would birdie, take the lead. Walter Hall on the 18th needs a birdie for a share of the lead. Nope, Gary Player kisses the ice sculpture and wins this one, finishing at 12 under at age 62. Player is the second oldest winner on the senior tour. Mike Fetchick was 63 when he won the 1985 Hilton Head Invitational. This is Player's 19th senior title, first since the 1995 Bank One Classic. In Maple Grove, Minnesota, the rain-delayed Rainbow Classic, Hiromi Kobayashi, whose last win on tour came in Minnesota in 1993, took home the $90,000 first prize. Tracy Hansen lost a chance to win her first tour title. David Cone is our Sunday conversation. A decade after winning 20 games for the Mets, he may do it for the Yanks. He'll tell us what it would mean and how he's done it.
More area high school seniors are going to Cuyahoga Community College than to any other public college or university. 38% of all North Royalton graduates, 56% of all Parma graduates, 49% of all Berea graduates. In fact, 29% of all area graduates are now going to Tri-C.
In 2 years, I'll be making some real money.
It's the quickest way to a great career. That's why a lot of my friends are going.
Go now to Cuyahoga Community College, where futures begin.
They are the man-made marvels of land, sea, and air. Today, we take them for granted. But back then, they were the impossible dreams. Dreams that change the world. The art of invention. The harmony of man and machine. And the show for guys who want to get things done. Modern Marvels. Weeknights at 10 Eastern, 11 Pacific on the History Channel.
Watch the History Channel on Cablevision.
Helping make hair loss history.
You play to win. Ain't no prize for second place.
The push for the postseason is on ESPN. At 7:30, Garrett Anderson and the Angels are swinging for the division crown. They'll head for the Bronx to try and stop Bernie in the bomber attack. Then at 10:30, Mondesi and the Dodgers fight to keep their playoff hopes alive when they tangle with the Expos. The Wednesday doubleheader. This Wednesday on ESPN.
The world is lousy. No good. Baseball is not lousy.
Sunday Conversation is brought to you by Sprint. With long-distance, wireless, internet, and data services, Sprint connects you to your world.
He apparently wasn't worthy enough to be invited to this year's All-Star game, but he could be deemed good enough to take home this year's Cy Young. But even if David Cone doesn't visit baseball's hardware store in the offseason, he can still make his own history. The Yankee right-hander is on the verge of bringing closure to the longest stint between 20-win seasons this century, 10 years. Cone sat down with Jeremy Schaap for the Sunday Conversation to talk about where he's been and where he's going.
Could you have imagined 4 months ago, when your record was what it was, that now you'd be a Cy Young Award contender?
No, I thought maybe after the first two starts it would be a season-long project just to get back to respectability. I mean, that's how awful I was in the first couple of games. And from that point on, I really thought, boy, let's just gradually take what you can get. Let's just go 5 or 6 innings. Let's keep us close in the game, give us some quality starts, and not hurt the team. I didn't want to be a liability. There's a lot of jokes going around that I'm probably the best fifth starter, or maybe in the top 5 fifth starters in the game in early April and towards the end of May. And those jokes have kind of come full circle now.
You're on the verge now of winning 20 games. You haven't won 20 games in a season despite all those great seasons in between since 1988, a full decade. That would be the longest gap in Major League history between 20 victory seasons. Have you thought about what that says about your career?
I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm thinking about that, and I'm wondering maybe there's too much mediocrity in the middle, but sometimes it's just being in the position to win 20 games. We've got a great team, and I've had unbelievable run support this year, and I've had some seasons in the past where I thought maybe I could have won 20, but it just didn't come together. Things didn't break right, so I'm much more appreciative of what's going on now and the type of support I've received, and I'm showing great deference to our team this year because I know a big factor of why I'm making a run at 20 wins is because of how well we played as a team.
Did you think in 1988 it would take another decade to win 20 games again?
No, I didn't. I took a lot of things for granted in 1988. And, some of those early Met days were pretty wild days, and maybe we didn't appreciate the game as much as we do now. And I know Darryl Strawberry and I talk about that a lot, about how much more we appreciate the game, and we don't take anything for granted anymore. I'm 35 years old. I've had 2 arm surgeries, one of them career and life-threatening, or potentially life-threatening, and now here I am, on the mound with the Yankees. We're having the unbelievable summer, and I've got a chance to win 20 games again. 10 years removed, so it's just been an incredible summer.
The other thing people have been excited about, primarily other than the Yankees this summer in baseball, has been the home run chase. Are you following it? Are you interested in it?
Oh yes, absolutely. It's all the old things that used to be good about baseball. I mean, you pick up the paper every day and people have something to follow. Did he hit one today? Who hit one today?
You wouldn't want to be the pitcher who gives up home run number 62, would you?
I tell you what, I'd rather be the pitcher that gave up home run number 62 than the pitcher that walked him in his last at bat. It's just one of those games where nothing's really riding on the game. It's his last at bat, and I'm facing Mark McGwire. I tell you what, I'm challenging him right down the middle, and if I walk him, that's a worse legacy to live with than giving up the 60-second home run.
High and deep to right field. This is done. The Yankees will win it. Thank you, Babe Ruth.
It's been so much fun for baseball fans to watch this team this year. How much fun has it been for you guys to play on this team?
It's been an incredible summer. It's almost as if you just try to keep pushing forward and on down the road. The further removed we get from this year, the more we're going to appreciate what a great summer this was. And I think we all feel like there's a lot more work to be done, and don't get too caught up in the hype right now. But when you're 60 games over 500 in the middle of August, I mean, it's an incredible accomplishment. It's something to be proud of, but we still feel like we have more work to do.
Sunday Conversation was brought to you by Sprint. With long-distance, wireless, internet, and data services, Sprint connects you to your world.
All right, if you hadn't noticed, we're sort of into this home run thing around here. And when we come back, we'll look at the big Sundays. Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, and what's ahead for them. The Chase and Sportscenter.
Mike McDermott's best friend just got out of jail.
I need money. I got to get together some roll here.
And already he's got himself in debt.
I don't have to tell you my collection methods.
The cops up in arms.
You're fixing to go down hard.
And the Russian mob breathing down their necks.
If you don't give my money, then you are mine.
Matt Damon, Edward Norton, John Turturro, Famke Janssen, Gretchen Mol, with John Malkovich and Martin Landau. Rounders, rated R. Starts September 11th in theaters everywhere.
Connect with Pro Performance Creatine. Research showed that creatine increased muscle performance by over 8%. And now during General Nutrition Center's Sports Nutrition Sale, you can pick up a kilo of Pro Performance Creatine made exclusively by GNC for only $49.99. That's only 25 cents a serving. Connect. Live strong. Live well.
Ever notice how you never have enough time? Well, Sprint's putting time on your side, and now some of it's free.
Time is on my
side.
Call right now for Sprint Sense anytime, and you'll get that great dime-a-minute rate all day, every day. Plus, up to 30 free minutes each month, every month, for as long as you're a Sprint customer. So feel free to talk as long as you want on Sprint's advanced network. With 30 minutes of free calling every month, time really is on your side. Call 1-800-PIN-DROP.
Gentlemen, over the years, Bristol University has assembled some of the greatest minds in football. While it's important that we look back at the past, it's also important that we look forward to the future. Here's the football. Here's the friends. Here's the sausage. Here's. Monday Night Countdown at 6:30 on ESPN.
Be sure to pick up the 1998 Miller Time Football Guide. It's yours free in any case or 12-pack of Miller Lite.
Sammy sitting on 49 homers. 3-2 pitch. There she goes. No doubt about it. He's got 50.
He wouldn't answer Sammy's 50th with his 53rd, would he? 2-2 pitch. Yes, he would. There it goes. See you later.
Swung on, hit high, hit deep, hit far. He's got number 51.
Roger Maris's record has officially been put on notice. The History Chasers on Monday. The Cardinals will play the Pirates. Todd Van Poppel starts for Pittsburgh, but Mark McGwire is not expected to play. McGwire and Sammy Sosa will be in action. Sammy 8 for 27, 1 homer in his career against Shane Reynolds, as it's the Cubs and the Astros. Our Baseball Tonight Sports Zone poll question this week: will Mark McGwire get to 61 homers in the Cardinals' first 154 games? The answer, a resounding yes. 71% of all the voters think McGwire will smack 61 homers in the Cardinals' first 154 games. Roger Maris had 58 homers after 154 games in 1961.
Little League World Series, Toms River, New Jersey, and Jenison, Michigan. They're in the 6th, tied at 8. Toms River, the go-ahead runner at 3rd. And Joe Francis Skeeney rips it up the middle. The go-ahead run scores, and Toms River's leading 9-8. 6th inning, same score. Derek Stempen.
I am king of Little League. Let there be ding-dongs and a keg of apple juice.
Tied at 9. We're in extra innings. 7th inning now, tied still. Jenison has the winning run on 3rd. Cody Fenema smashes it. Scoot Fisher with the good play. Throws out Fenema, and the game is still tied. Top of 11. After a single, put Toms River up 10-9, 2 out. Gabe Gardner. Through Sean Markle. And Toms River goes on to win the longest game in Little League World Series history.
Today's Best is brought to you by MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Backed by popular demand, the Nissan early model year-end clearance has been extended. Right now, with every new 98 Nissan in America, get an amazing $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR financing. Choose from the quality and craftsmanship of every new Nissan and get $2,000 customer cash or 0% APR. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Visit a Nissan retailer today and choose your Nissan. This $2,000 or 0% APR offer absolutely ends August 31st.
2 tickets, $28. 2 hot dogs, 2 popcorns, and 2 sodas, $18. 1 autographed baseball, $45. Real conversation with 11-year-old son, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted all over, even Major League ballparks.
NFL Tonight on ESPN2, Tuesday through Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Now, guys will have something to talk about.
We've done all the damage we can do to the network. We thank you for your patronage. I'm Dan Patrick.
I'm Kenny Mayne. We timed out real well.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.